It's safe to say that due to his nonstop string of failures since becoming president of the United States again, Donald Trump is a weak, pathetic failure of a man. And that's not just my opinion, that's actually the opinion of a majority of American voters today. They are watching in horror as everything this man does, everything this man has promised, has the opposite effect of what he said it would do, the tariffs. The tariffs are going to lower your prices. They're going to bring back American manufacturing. We're going to have so many jobs. It's going to be crazy. Businesses are going to start coming back. And the exact opposite of each and every one of those things has happened. As we all know, the jobs reports have been abysmal. The jobs reports are getting worse. Companies are laying off employees. Investments into the United States are not happening. We've got layoffs. We've got rising prices. We have less hiring. The economy is going down. People are losing money. The value of the dollar is losing money. No new manufacturing plants are being built in the United States because of Trump's tariffs. Instead, it's just screwing us every day. And that is why, according to the latest round of polling, a majority of American voters have no faith in Donald Trump. In fact, they view him as a reckless, weak, pathetic man. The survey, one of the most recent surveys, by the way, conducted by Blue Rose Research for the Democrats in the Senate, so probably a little left-leaning, sure. But it asked this question: which of the following statements do you agree with more? President Trump's tariffs make me think he is 1. A strong leader taking on tough fights for America, or 2. A reckless leader making life more expensive for ordinary Americans. Now, on the strong leader taking on tough fights, 39% said yes, he is a strong leader taking on tough fights. On the question or the statement of making life more expensive, 51% said yeah, that fits. So a majority, a slim majority, but a majority nevertheless. On tariffs, a majority of likely 2026 voters see Trump as a, quote, reckless leader and, quote, not a strong one. And among swing voters, that's 50 to 32 reckless over strong. Now, these findings, even though, like I said, it's from a Democrat firm for Democrats, so it's probably a little left-leaning. However, they are also echoed in recent polls by Pew, Fox, Gallup, and Quinnipiac. So I don't think it is skewed. A majority of voters are looking at what Donald Trump is doing on every single key issue, from immigration to tariffs to foreign policy and everything in between. And this man has an underwater approval rating for his handling of each and every one of those, including crime. You know, he's trying to be the tough on crime guy now. It's not working. The public hates it. The public hates everything this man is doing, and it is crushing him. And I do believe that, because Trump looks at polls every day, like he watches these, he lies about them constantly, comes out and says, I have the highest poll numbers I've ever seen. He literally has the lowest poll numbers he's ever seen, so he's denying it. But in these denials, a little part of his brain breaks every time. You know, just a tiny little part. But the more it happens, the more it breaks. And that's why I think we're seeing such a massive, sudden decline in both his mental health and his physical health. But I'll get more to that in a segment coming up a little later today. As it stands right now, the Republican Party as a whole is screwed. And yes, I understand. The Democrats have an even lower approval rating than the Republicans or Trump. I get that. But at the same time, Democrats are overperforming in special elections that have been held all throughout this year, including in deep red districts like my own. So how do you reconcile those two things? The public hates the Democrats more than they hate Republicans, yet more people are voting for Democrats right now. I don't know, right? Little weird, but it is what it is. We can look at polls or we can look at reality. Reality is showing us Democrats are pulling it off. And I'm sure any MAGA freak that stumbles upon this is going to say, but Trump won in 2024 and y'all lost. That means you suck. Yeah, I'm sure a person like you would probably think that. And the reason MAGA keeps bringing things like that up is because MAGA is incapable of receiving new information and changing their way of thinking. which is how human beings evolve. It's how science has evolved. It's how all things in life have evolved. We receive new information that can change the way we think and feel about a certain thing. So those voters who voted for Trump in 2024 now have lots of new information, all of it very negative. So to those of us who are also capable of doing the same thing, we understand how voters' attitudes changed. So what happened in the 2024 election that MAGA loves to bring up daily in arguments doesn't matter. Yeah, Trump won. But those people who helped him win now hate him. And y'all are just not accepting that second set of new information. But he's weak, he's ineffective, and you can see it reflected in every single one of his policies. And now, more importantly, it's being reflected in what the voters think of him. Thanks for watching, everyone. You know, we're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.